Welcome back to Prime Morning. And that's a very beautiful song by Akwaboah titled Letter to My Spouse. I was just telling my director, Samir Kuto, that it's just spot on because of the conversation that we're about having in relation to Let's Talk Relationship. So viewers, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to learn a lot and get ready to get interactive with us on all our social media platforms. Please, when you get on Facebook, don't forget to hit the share button. My name is Asieduwaa Akumia, and my guests are beautifully seated this morning. And I know that it's about to be a whole showdown this morning on Let's Talk Relationship on Prime Morning. Now, to my very first guest, she's no stranger to the set. She's not a stranger to Prime Morning. I always love seeing her here, and I always love her submissions. I'm excited that relationship coach, Reverend Dr. Nanayaa Prempeh, is here with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, beautiful Asieduwaa.
Thank you. You look good.
You look glowing. I love the yellowish touch.
You know, some of the cameramen were making fun of me, saying that the touch of yellow is giving them the whole movement. No, the butterfly.
Movement.
Yeah, movement.
Okay, go on.
Telling me that I'm trying to campaign for
Go on.
No, I'm not.
Go on.
I'm just enjoying myself in being in this beautiful dress. So please, McCarthy and the rest, you are one. Anyways, and I also have beautifully seated this morning, lovely couple, very beautiful couple. I saw the man of God, and and then he said, my wife is here as well. And then I turned, I looked at, that's the wife. Well, help me welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Prophet Moses Bennisan from Family Altar Ministry and his beautiful wife, Lady Malle Bennisan, also from Family Altar Ministry. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
We're doing good, and it's good to see you.
Good to see you too. Good to see you. I know we're about to have an awesome conversation. Yeah, so viewers, like I said earlier, get ready to get interactive with us. Today we are going to talk about building healthy bond in relationship. I know that quite a number of you, in fact, we all know that today's day and age, there are so many ways or circumstances that is leading to struggles in relationships, be it in a marriage or in a fiancé-fiancé relationship, heading towards marriage. And so we want to help you find ways and means of really bonding, building a strong bond in this relationship that you could be happy even when there are challenges. Both of you can face the challenges head on. So we're going to start off with identifying exactly what strong bonds or bonds in relationships are. So let me start with you, Auntie Nanayaa.
I know.
I will definitely start with you.
Bonjour. Good morning, everyone, and good morning to all viewers of Joy Prime. Joy Prime, my dear pa, you are just, just running at a very good pace, spreading everywhere. Yeah. I'm happy to be here. I miss you guys. You have ignored me for a while. But it's good to be back.
Yes.
So, bonding. Anything that bonds means that there are two different things that are coming together.
Okay.
And there is something that cements the bond or cements the two. So it could be two or more. But in this case, we're talking about love, right?
Right.
So it's one male, one female.
One female.
Love, romance must be between one male and one female. If you study electronics or electricals, you cannot put a male socket into a male outlet. It has to be a male and a female.
Right. So,
and a female cannot connect a female. And that is the design of God. And it has transcended into science and technology.
Yeah.
And Unti, I believe that when a man who has no idea how his woman was brought up.
Yeah.
And a female who has no idea how her man was brought up. They just meet one day and they say, yo, I want to be with you. What do you think? And she's like, okay, I'm going to think about it. And she goes to think about, okay, yeah, me too, I will gel with you.
Yeah.
Then so we become friends and then we start studying each other.
Right.
So for me, I believe that the most important thing that must glue the two together is the love of God.
Okay.
The love of God must be the cementing factor that brings two people together, which makes it more difficult to break. So when there is no God factor and it just becomes a bonding that is because of the looks of the lady or the riches of the man, or even the looks of the man and the riches of the woman, or anything material. Material things can fade away. They can easily fade away overnight. Yeah. I mean, as I was coming over the motorway, I saw a terrible accident, terrible accident. And whatever it is, even if the person survives, there will be deformity. So if the person's spouse married him or her because of their looks or their appearance, trust me, after this accident, they will not be the same.
Yeah.
So looks are deceptive. And so for a bonding to be deeply bonding, it needs the true love of God, which is the love, the agape love, when that becomes the foundation of a union, of a relationship. It gives the couple or the lovers more respect for each other because of the love and the respect they have for God. Besides that, then you can consider other things, the person's intelligence. Men are looking for intelligent women now, not just the beauty. Yeah. Intelligent women, your industrious lifestyle or ability. And then it comes to the respect that you have for parents and elderly people and for him or for her before it comes to your looks. So the looks are important.
Yeah.
But if you go and follow a man or a woman because of their looks, you are making a terrible mistake. Because like women, when I was 18 years, I wasn't looking like this.
Yeah.
Of course, when I was even 30 years, I wasn't looking like this. Yeah. I was, you know what I'm talking about. I had it going on.
Yeah. You still do,
oh God, I had it going on. Thank you. But you know, after birthing 4 children, I have changed. My body dynamics have changed.
Yeah.
You know, and so if you look at a woman because of her Coca-Cola shape, trust me, she may try to keep it up for you, but because nature has it that as you age, your body must change.
Yeah.
So your bonding to a woman or your bonding to a man must not be based on their looks.
On their looks. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. It's important because looks matter. I mean, you cannot go and take somebody who doesn't present himself well or herself well and take them to your family. It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
So the person must have the looks that can attract you or attract somebody in your family. Oh, why are they? Because you're there. You know. So for me, I believe that I was talking to my children last night. I said, listen, you better make sure that you set your goals. Short term, mid-term, long term. My son is 24. He's like, Mommy, I'm not thinking about myself. One day you will think about it. So I want to see your goals. You know, I told him, put your goals down. First year, he's into business. You know, he's doing a lot of business, real estate and things. But I think that he should start knowing the woman that he can like.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
24, finish university, making your money. Yeah. What else do you need?
Yeah.
Start looking for a woman that you will like. Yeah. I'm not saying go and marry at 24. No. I'm saying start looking for a woman that you will like. Because it takes time to build a relationship. And not even dating the person. Yeah. But somebody that, oh, hi, can we go see a movie? Yeah, you know? Sure. Not even dating, you know, because now when you bring dating in, they start sleeping together.
Very true. And now I'm being forced to ask Prophet, a very vital question. And I can see your wife is, very beautiful and everything. But then for the sake of TV and for the sake of what Auntie Nanayaa mentioned, what was it exactly that, you know, you saw in your wife?
I saw virtues.
Okay.
You see, for me, I tell people that it's unfortunate she's beautiful.
No.
Yes, because then people think that I married her because of her beauty, but I believe that beyond the beauty, there are qualities that endeared me to her. Okay. So for me, the beauty is not a plus, it's a minus. Wow. But then it makes the whole package complete. Right. Because you see, when you look at the Bible, two people. Now, Rebecca, before Rebecca found a husband, she was busy pursuing her goals, ensuring that she does her chores and provide for her family. She goes to fetch water every morning. So one morning she was going to fetch water. Later did she know that in the pursuit of her goals, her daily goals, she was going to meet her husband. Okay. The other person that I can talk about is Ruth. Ruth was just going to look for food. Later did she know that the owner of the farm, a billionaire, a very successful man, was eventually going to become her husband. Yeah. There are people that chase marriage. And those people, they have certain things they think they are looking for. Okay. And at the end of the day, end up making mistakes. I believe that when you chase your goals and your dream, God positions the right person on your way.
Incredible, incredible. Mamle, so, Lady Mamle, let me do it that way, the appropriate way. It seems you're talking about building a strong bond, a healthy bond in a relationship. Now, how would you effectively communicate things to your partner? How do you communicate to Prophet here? I know that marrying a man of God is a whole different thing altogether. So that would be a different topic for discussion. But generally, on the whole, how can you effectively communicate?
Well, relationship or marriage is supposed to be based on friendship. Friendship is one thing that holds it together. So if the person is not your friend, then you don't know them so well to even relate to them on any level at all. Okay. So once friendship comes in, is a way that you both bond together. You get to know their likes, their dislikes. Once you spend quality time with each other, you just know what your partner is happy about. You know what they're unhappy about. Yeah. So it's easier to find the right ways and means to communicate. And men are prone to being respected. So you just can't want to communicate how you feel, maybe on top of your voice. You just find the right time and the right way just to make sure you're communicating the right thing. And at the right time. I mean, if you're upset about something and you're probably in public, you don't expect to, just go down and say, I wasn't happy. There's the right place to do that. Once you're home and everything is settled, you can actually talk about it. So having the conversation at the right place and at the right time is very important.
I agree with you, because I actually met a man who was complaining about his girlfriend. And he told me that one problem he has with his girlfriend is the circumstance surrounding the complaints that she's making. She doesn't take into consideration the time, the when, the how, and the why. Yeah. The when, the how, and the why. And I'm like, so why? And he said it's important to him because he can't be busy doing something. They just come in and then, or you have to think of all these circumstances, put it into place before you talk whatever you want to talk.
Exactly.
So I agree with you, 100. Yes. So what other ways can you adopt?
When you're bonding?
Yeah, to communicate whatever you might be feeling or whatever you want to put out there to your partner.
Okay, so aside doing it at the right place and at the right time, there are just things that your partner is happy about or not happy about. So if your partner likes to maybe take a walk, you can take a walk, enjoy the breeze, and it can be the right time to have a conversation. Okay. If your partner likes to play games, you just find them in the right spot where they feel very comfortable. Right. So anything that helps him bond, it can be, maybe men like playing FIFA. You might as well learn how to, control those pads.
The pads.
Just to have him in that right, setting or atmosphere to have the conversation. There's just so many ways to bond. Yeah. For us, sometimes we dance together. Yes, we do. It can be very relaxing. We swim together. We walk together. We have a poodle called Confirmed. So we walk with her sometimes. Confirmed.
Okay. And Confirmed was the theme of our marriage.
Yes.
Confirmed 2023.
Yes.
Yes. So it was a gift for our wedding gift.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So we walk with her sometimes. So you just need to make sure that you're creating a very relaxed environment for your partner to have those kind of conversations.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Auntie Nanayaa.
It's always good to do things together.
Yeah.
That's the secret. It's one of the secrets of a healthy marriage. Transparency. You know, when you look on social media, I have this, somebody cut this 10-second comment that I made on GTV that says that a woman who stays away from her husband's phone can keep her married for a long time.
Yes.
You know, some agreed with me, some don't agree with me. Because personally, my husband knows the password to my phone. I know the password to his phone.
But you don't go into it.
No.
Yeah.
Putting password on your phone doesn't mean you're hiding anything from your spouse. It's for security. If I lose my phone, the person will just have to flash the phone and not have access to my details. So it's important to put password on your phone. But share the password with your spouse. Yeah. I mean, if something happens to you, have an emergency right now, and somebody owes you money, and the person's number is on your phone, your spouse can go on the phone, call the person, bring us the money, we need it right now. But otherwise, you're dying and somebody owes you millions, thousands and millions of cedis, and the number is on your phone, and you're dying, and your wife has no access to your phone. So having access to your husband's phone is not a right, it's a privilege.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
But if there is love shared between the two of you, what are you hiding that makes you think that your wife should not touch your phone?
But you see, Anthony, there are some men who I know to some extent feel that in Chi they say any so maybe they also feel that you could see it and misunderstand what could possibly be what you're seeing, and you wouldn't even ask, and then you would just conclude.
See what? Everything we do in life, we must be ready for the consequences.
Okay.
Consequences, meaning that when the phone is, your husband's phone is lying down, he hasn't asked you to pick it. When his phone is ringing, I don't even answer it. Unless that we are expecting the call together, then I'll answer it.
Okay.
So when the phone is ringing, I'll call him, baby, where are you? Your phone is ringing. Then he will come and pick his phone. Unless he says, okay, pick it for me.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's his personal property, for crying out loud. Okay. It's his property.
Yeah.
If he wants you to know what is on the phone, you say, hey, baby, here, password is blah, blah, blah. Go here and check this for me. And that is the way it's supposed to be. Do you understand? But there are several relationships there are so many secrets in it. And it's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
No. Why should you go and sit in the bathroom and talk to people? Because you don't want your wife to hear who you're talking to. Why? How many times do you have to poop?
And for how long?
How many times do you go jogging in a day?
Yeah.
Baby, I'll be right back. I'm going jogging.
Yeah.
All right, so you did it at 6 a.m. Now it's 8 a.m. Where are you going? You know?
Yeah.
So it's a relief when there is transparency in the relationship. And it brings pleasure. It brings trust. It brings confidence. It brings peace of mind in the home. What is it that you are hiding from your husband that you don't want him to know what you are using your salary for? Your husband may be doing his own work, so he doesn't need your money. But it's just pure politeness. It's pure courtesy. When you tell your husband, oh, I get 100 cedis every month.
Yeah.
He doesn't need your money. But it's courtesy that, baby, I get 100 cedis a month, and I've decided to buy a piece of land. I've decided to take care of my nephew, my niece. He doesn't need your money. It's just respect. I have men who call me. I don't know how much my wife makes. I don't care, but it's her own business. You know? Meanwhile, it's hurting him.
Yeah.
So I think...
What would it do to you as a man if you find out how much your wife is making?
What would you do? What would it do to you as a woman?
I don't know, for some reason, I feel selfish sharing how much I make to one.
No. That's why
I fall victim to what Auntie Nanayaa is saying right now. It's like she's freaking me.
That's what I'm saying. It's just mere courtesy.
Yeah.
It's just mere courtesy. Everything that comes in my hands, I tell my husband.
Okay.
Everything that comes in my hands. Anyone who calls me to meet him or meet her, I tell him,
okay,
I'm going to meet this person. Because people are wicked now. He can tell you, come and let's have lunch, and they'll poison your food.
Oh, that's true.
Come and let's have discussion about this business. And they will try to kill you and take the business from you.
That's true.
So telling your spouse where you're going is for your own good.
Yeah.
It's not like the person wants to be inquisitive. Tell me every time you're going somewhere, I want to know who you're meeting, I want to know who's talking to you. It's for your own good. So don't say it like you are instructing the person. Say it with love.
Yeah.
Maybe just let me know who is meeting you.
Yeah.
Because if you go and you don't come back, I have to know who met with you.
Yeah.
The last person that you had lunch with. The last person who gave you water to drink. It's going to help.
I mean, if possible, share your location.
We always do
know,
that.
so-
Share the location.
Share your
I mean,
location.
thank God for technology. I mean,
Very
come on.
true.
Let's celebrate technology. I mean, let's celebrate technology. What would we have done without Google now? Everything. Oh, Madam Google.
Yeah.
You know, I heard somebody was telling her husband that you're always listening to the lady on the phone who's telling you to pass left and pass right. And when I talk to you, don't listen to me. You're only talking to this woman. You know, because the woman was an illiterate, and she didn't know that it was an app. An app. So the woman, the app will say there is a stop sign. You know, some of the apps are very advanced, so they'll tell you there's a stop sign. So get ready to stop.
Yeah.
And then make a left and make a right.
Yeah.
There's a river ahead of you. So everything the app says, the guy is doing it.
And the woman was
sad and crying. Everything I ask you to do, you don't listen to me. You don't do it. But since I sat in the car, everything this woman tells you, you do it. You know, so ignorance.
Yeah,
but I think that marriage is supposed to be sweet. Not only in the first year, not only in the second year, but forever. Because this is the face you will see for the rest of your life.
Very true. Prof.
Rest of your life.
What would you say would be something that you would never feel comfortable disclosing to your wife? You wouldn't be too comfortable with her knowing.
Okay, I may not be too comfortable, but then going according to God's intention for marriage, the two were naked and they were not ashamed.
Okay.
And so there should always be a way you go about it to maintain transparency in your marriage, because if there is no trust in marriage, there is nothing to hold on to.
Okay.
And it's not about, you know, there are people who pride themselves about what they do for their spouses, but your utmost pride should be who you are to your spouse, not what you do for your spouse. So it's not about buying flamboyant gift. You see, the integrity of marriage is not measured when there is happiness and joy. It is measured when your back is on the wall. Can I trust you when your back is on the wall? So in everybody, there is the beauty and the beast. It's in everybody.
Right.
Depending on what you put in and what you trigger. If you put in the beautiful self, you will get the beautiful other. But if you put in
the beast, the
deception, ugly side, that's what you provoke. So you find out that very wonderful people marry, and all of a sudden they have become very antagonistic to the point where they want to kill each other, throwing coal pot and saucepans and everything at each other. And you ask yourself, what changed? The thing is that when you meet the right person, they bring out the best in you. When you meet the wrong person, they bring out the worst and the beast in you. And sometimes you'll wonder, what has happened to me? That's why it's always very important. I tell people that before you make that decision, test the person. Push the person to the wall and let us see how the person reacts and responds when they are pushed to the wall, when they are angry.
Somebody who is determined that you will not see that side of me. I will hide it, no matter what you try. Because there are some people who do so well with covering up who they truly are. So for 5 years, 6 years, I always say this story, and I'm going to share it once more. I have a friend who didn't know that her husband was a 100% baby mama's boy. She didn't know until after the marriage. So every morning, When the man is going to work, he goes to say good morning to his mom. He drives to his mom's place to say good morning to the mother and eats breakfast. When he closes from work, instead of him to go home, he goes to his mom's to eat supper. So by the time he comes back home,
he's full.
Hey. And they dated for 5 years before they got married.
And she didn't see that.
And she didn't know that he was a 100% mama's boy.
So how have they ended up? That is her first child. I mean, every husband is our firstborn anyway. So I think the mother should back off and,
and let him be. Let him be a husband.
Let him be, because now he's bringing enmity between his wife and his mother.
Very true.
Yeah. So, and the young lady doesn't deserve that.
Yeah.
Mothers we have to know our limits, you know. Yes, you have to know your limits. And like, if your mother is intruding in your marriage too much, you have to tell her that, Mommy, I love you so much, but this is where it ends.
Yeah.
You know, I've gone to take somebody's child. So let me enjoy that child who has now become my husband or my wife. So that, there are limits to everything.
There are limits to everything.
And now the woman will have an unhappy marriage because of a mother who loves her son. So she doesn't mean bad. She doesn't mean evil. She just loves her son. I know a marriage of a famous man of God, I won't mention the name, whose mother lived in the house with them while they were married. And there was no baby coming out. And so that brought a lot of tension. And she doesn't live there, but she just comes to visit and doesn't go. She comes to visit and she's there. And then when the woman is cooking for her husband, me bani de undi we yo, ono de undi we, me bani de me bani de oye ni say mano, me bani de say na say. So the wife was frustrated. She started becoming wretched because she didn't know who to talk to. She's a pastor's wife. She didn't know who to talk to. The mother-in-law was in her nose. When she cooks for her husband, the mother will come and cook different for her son.
What?
Yes, in the same house. And the man, you see, the men mostly allow these things to go on. Put your feet down.
Put your feet down,
Set the boundaries. Boundary lines, Mommy. This is it. When you visit, you can stay, but maybe after 2 weeks, go to your husband. Or you have finished your marriage. You have finished your marriage. But you see, when I say that, I don't mean it in all situations. Because especially those of us who lived outside, your mother cannot come and live for 2 weeks and go. Especially when you have children. When I had children, my mother was there for the children, especially because when I'm pregnant, I'm miserable. I'm miserable and miserable and miserable. Sometimes I have to lie down especially my last one that was at 40 when I was pregnant.
Okay.
So it was considered a high-risk pregnancy. I developed diabetes for that period. Pressure was unstable. So we have something called the gestational diabetes, which is only during the pregnancy. And so I was on a strict diet. And it's only my mother who was available to do that. So she had to be there for the whole time. And after I had the baby and all that, when I started doing traveling, she has to be there to help with the children. So abroad is different from home.
Okay.
And it also depends on the relationship between the woman and her mother-in-law, or the man and his mother-in-law.
Very true.
If you are not comfortable with your mother-in-law being around for too long, discuss it. The marriage comes first. Your mother has had her life. She must understand that her life is different from your life. She must allow you and your husband, you and your wife, to get to know each other. You see, even when there is a new marriage and there's a child involved, there are other children involved. Sometimes the man, if the children belong to the man, you must sit your children down and tell them, this is my wife. And she is special to me as much as you are special to me. And the respect you give to me, you must accord the same respect to her. If you fail to do that, and you describe your wife horribly in front of your children, that's the end of the marriage.
Yeah.
So whatever you say to your children about the woman that sleeps with you on your bed, that is how the children will respect her. So a lot of marriages are falling apart, not because the man doesn't love the woman or the woman doesn't love the man, but because of the third person who doesn't know how to manage the relationship.
Very true.
And if you don't inform that third person, please, when you come to the house, knock before you enter our bedroom. So the man will be sleeping with his wife, and the mother-in-law will open the door.
Just enter.
Open it. You know, so you have to draw the line.
Okay.
Because your bonding time, sometimes you should even send your mother to your other siblings. Say, Ma, go and spend time with Akosia. Go and spend time so that you'll be left alone and bond. Get to know yourselves. But if you're home and everybody is on the phone, pull that phone down.
You know, speaking about the phone, and I wanted to ask Lady Malle a question. Does your husband have access to your phone?
Oh, yes, he does. He knows
your password.
We actually share the same password on all our devices, so it's just easier to navigate around.
Was it easy? Was it easy coming to that understanding with the both of you?
Oh, yes.
It was natural.
It was natural.
So natural.
It has to be natural.
It was so natural.
This is not a discussion. This is not supposed to be a discussion.
So she gets.
It should be natural.
She gets a message on a messenger, and I get the same notification.
Yeah, like we're logged in on all our social media, devices.
Let it be like that forever.
Amen.
Because you are a young couple, you are a new couple. Eh?
Yes.
So please, don't let anything change that.
Okay, thank you.
Especially the men, their friends will advise them, hey, Charlie, we just to Bella. Their friends will advise them. Charlie, don't give her that chance. Don't give her that chance. And your friends will advise you. Hey, this man, if you treat him like that, he will walk over you. He will do. No, please don't listen.
Yes,
you are the one enjoying it. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Okay. So briefly, I want us to get into the basic challenges that you face in the relationship. Malle, can you give us some?
Oh, basic
challenges in a relationship.
Okay, so number one starts with communication.
True.
Women are moved emotionally, and we just want men to assume they know how we're feeling.
Hey, this matter.
Yes. So, I mean, that's one of the things. You expect him to know, are you okay? We say yes, but we're not okay. So communication can be like a big bridge when it comes to relationships. So women need to understand that until we communicate how we're feeling to men, they just don't know how we're feeling.
But some also would say that they are scared of how the reaction could be. And so in order to avoid that bad reaction, they would rather not say it and lie that we are doing okay.
So that's when men need to equally understand women. That women are just built up like emotionally. So when she's trying to communicate something, sometimes we really don't need solution. We just want you to sympathize with us or empathize. We just want you to understand us, you know, be receptive. So men need to understand that women like to communicate with so much emotions, so they should be ready to, you know, just listen to us and give us the attention we need sometimes. He can pick it up from this.
Okay, so you would say communication. What else would you add?
Well, trust issues.
Okay.
Yes, you need to trust your partner. And there's so many lies going on. You know, people are lying about where they are, everything, where they are, what they're doing. Even with the passwords, like Mom said, it means they're hiding. Men and women are hiding so many things. And then they tend to always cover up. And then you lie today, you need to keep covering up. You keep lying the next day.
So a man and a woman, who does best in covering up?
Women.
Hey, Prof. We cover up very well,
You cover up very well. and you know how to investigate very well. So when we men want to cover up, you know how to discover the secret. You always find a way, but the women know how to cover up very well. That's why it's easier when there is transparency. Mommy addressed many issues. The Bible says that the man and the woman shall live their parents and cleave together.
Yeah.
It's a biblical requirement. So if that is not in place, there will surely be challenges because there has to be a living. But the problem that I see is that many relationships don't have a clear purpose because the reason for the living is purpose. For this purpose, in fact, the marriage vows we say, for this purpose, the man and the woman shall live and cleave. So the cleaving is based on what? Purpose. So what is the purpose for the relationship and the marriage we are entering into? A lot of people don't have purpose. There's no direction. And so everybody's getting married. So
it's time to get married.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the societal pressure.
Yeah.
Don't you see your siblings are getting married? Your friends are getting married.
You're getting
so what are
old.
you doing?
Yeah.
Another issue.
The biological clock is ticking.
Yes.
There are people who need to be reminded. When, before I had my first child, it was my mother who called me from Ghana. She said, I'm available to help you. At school, I was just schooling. School. When I'm done with this program, I'll go and sign up for another program. So it was like school and work. So she called me and she said, I'm available so that if you can have your children now, I will come and help you.
So that was her indirectly telling you,
have children. Yeah. So, but I'm happy she made that phone call because it wasn't crossing my mind.
Okay, you were too busy.
Yes, I was busy with school and work.
Okay.
School and work. So I thought I had time. But when she mentioned it, it just clicked. Oh, okay. So now I can have children.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
So I started working on that and then boom, 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 boom.
Yes. So this was getting very interesting, and this is the point where we have to end the conversation, but I hope that we'll do a continuation, God willing, next week, Thursday. And so viewers, this is where we end. Let's talk relationship. The topic for discussion has been how to build a healthy bonds in relationships. My guests have been Prophet and Lady Malle Bennisan. Did that get the surname right? Yeah. Bennisan from Family Altar Ministry. Thank you so much. Your submissions have been awesome and great. And relationship coach, Dr. Reverend Nanayaa Prempeh. Thank you so much. So viewers,
let me invite people to church on Sunday. If you are watching me every Sunday, 3:00 in the afternoon, after you have gone to eat omutu, come to La Palm Royal Beach Hotel.
Okay.
That's where Authority Bible Church.
Okay.
That's where we meet every Sunday at 3 p.m. I'll be looking forward to seeing you.
All right. Okay. So thank you very much. And I hear you have a book, but we'll have to, maybe some other time, then we'll do the needful with the book. So viewers, this is where we end. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, 6 a.m. on the dot. I did this with Wesley Felly and KMJ. My name is Asieduwaa Akumia. Enjoy your day.
Make sure that you have education first and foremost, and then the athletics is just secondary. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned football and how you had to, put it, slide it under the carpet because, you didn't have a supportive father, for that endeavor. How do you feel now when you see, for instance, our black princesses who've qualified for the next World Cup, the Black Queens being the first senior national team to qualify for the World Cup, the FIFA Women's World Cup and all of that. I'm sure sometimes you sit back and say, oh, I could have been in there.
No, not that, but I like that they have qualified and I like that you are talking about it. So I want to see what the nation is going to do to support them because this is not the first time they've qualified, right?
Yeah.
They've won several. So, but do they get the recognition they need or do they get what they deserve as the men, their counterparts, do? So let's just see what, let's just follow this space and see what happens to them. Because these are women playing at the highest level, qualifying for the highest level. Did the Black Stars make the
We're still so what it is that the last AFCON for the Black Stars was a poor performance.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
definitely. Yeah.
So now we have the women stepping up to represent our nation at the highest level, right? So let's see what the nation is going to do to rally behind them and give them the support that they need. Yeah.
Now let's talk about the general space in sport and what you feel that we should invest in sport. I mean, Rosalind earlier was talking about the African Games and how everybody came together and how excited Ghanaians were. Ghana finished 6th, on the medal table. Now, it got us to build some infrastructure. I mean, you live in the United States where infrastructure is not a problem. But if you had to give some advice to government, for instance, because they are the sole provider of infrastructure, what would you say, I mean, from the kind of experience that you have from the developed space where that is not a problem at all and sport has been grown into a major industry?
Well, so in a sense, stadiums are not owned by the government. Stadiums are owned by organizations, so you go to Bank of America, or
the Honda Center.
Honda Center, ING this. So it's not owned by the government. So what stops corporations in here from building stadiums, and saying that, okay, this is owned by, Black Stars play here, but it is owned by, ABC company, so it's not everything that has to be on the government. I like that, at least with podium, 6 is good, we can do better, and the better that we can do is the training and giving our athletes the proper attire, the proper training that they need to be able to perform at the highest level. Yeah, so I don't want to get into, the political stuff, but it is, I just want to see people do better, and they can do better by giving them the proper things that they need to be able to perform.
Great stuff. I like that bit about politics is everywhere. So
you're right.
Well, these images we see on the screen were your arrival. I mean, recent arrival at home.
Yes.
Must have been good. Felt real good.
I was very surprised. My brother Chris and my mother got together and did that. I was very shocked. I have been flying for 27 hours from Tokyo to here. So I went from Tokyo to Seoul to Ethiopia to here. So I've been on a flight for 27 hours. I was extremely tired. Yeah. Hope I don't look as bad.
Let's talk about the routines. Loads and loads of people get close to people who are active in sport and they wonder, what the routines are. You've spoken about diets and all of that and what you do on a daily basis. So during a period when you're on holiday like this, do you get up to very intensive training, for instance?
No, I mean, right now I'm in recovery from Tokyo.
Very well.
I'll start training for my next race in the next few weeks coming up. Maybe I'm looking at end of May is when I'll start training for Berlin in September. So no, I am here. I'm eating everything to the sun, but I am still running. I mean, I try to run at least a 5K every other day. And then I do walks in between. I do strength training in between as well. But normally when I'm in Ghana, it's very difficult to run in Ghana because there's no place. I don't have a trail to go to. The sidewalks are really not the best, to walk, to run on the streets. Here we don't really pay attention to pedestrians that much. It's like the streets belongs to the drivers and the motorcyclists.
And the hawkers.
But there's no place for a runner to actually run free, So it is, but I still try to do a few things when I'm here. Yes, for sure.
Talk to that parent out there who has a child who is looking forward to, getting into marathons and doing long distance running and doing it professionally.
Yeah.
Talk to that parent for me.
I would say first and foremost, get the proper shoes, get the right shoes. I remember my first race, my very first race that I did was a 10-miler. I bought brand new outfit, brand new shoes, and it was the worst advice. So I would say that get the proper shoes because it prevents you from injury, But like I mentioned earlier, education. Don't focus too much on the sports. Make sure that you have the degree that you need, that you're going to fall back on, because eventually you will retire from whatever sport that you were in. You're eventually going to retire from it, right? Then what? What are you going to live on, if you don't have something? Because even in sport,
and there are allied professions within sport as well.
And even if you are a professional, you need to be able to, know your own accounts. You need to be able to know what money you're getting in, what money is coming out. So if you don't have that, it's going to be difficult. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Nana, thank you so much. It's been wonderful sharing your company. This is such an inspiring story.
Thank you so much.
And, I get to wear the medals, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're wishing you well on the next endeavor, the next race. Wishing you well as you get back into intensive training. And we'll be tracking you and hoping to share another big story with you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right.
So that was Nana Asieduwaa. She is a 6-star marathoner, and she has done all the key races. So here we go. Boston, London, Berlin, Chicago, New York, and Tokyo. This is survival. This is inspiration. This is perseverance. And this is putting that target there and achieving it. Well, coming up here on Prime Morning is the relationship segment. Okay, let me just keep it a bit hush-hush a bit for now. You just stay right there. I always tell you to just stay right there behind the screen. There's a lot coming up, and one other conversation that sure is going to get you talking. This is Prime Morning. I'll be back tomorrow with another big conversation. My name is Nathaniel Atto, and I have love for sport.